It's a banaro. Takunche. Sibiritira patala. You unega want ya. You want John Wish. You not ever palava. You want choice. You got Oka. You want wrong with speed. What you want show? You want show? What you want show? And I mean, I just came a little. Where my hand not reach, I cannot force it. You not on salary, but you want them a check.
Why you want him a chick?
When the moko finish, then you start to bid. You not got here, then you want some more weed. You can pay bills, then you want LC. You say the food not sweet, but you still eating it. Tell me what you forcing you to chop it. You unega want ya.
Yo.
You want John Wish.
Loca.
You not ever palava.
See?
You want choice. You got Oka.
Loca.
You want wrong with speed.
Power.
What you want show? You want show? What you want show?
Yo. All I think you doing my hand inside. While I ever ask a friend, tell your hand for inside. You want the pizza, to eat pizza, you hungry, kata. Slow your speed and get prepared for the rebounds. You only wish you realize you only got one child. You go for meeting to bring your child, then you start to cry. The thing you not able, you go there, you will surely give up. Making money with you, then you spend it on labor table. Your family crying and begging, they can't look on the table. Putting yourself on big show, that fake flow. You get big mouth, then you say you big shot. You got time to afford, you get beat hard. You talking too much, your mouth full of salava. Sooner take break, you prepare for a palava. You better stop it, I have it, I think it's necessary. Don't make me scary, I hear it, I think it give me headache.
To my vision, I'm good for scrapper. Scrapper. To my vision, I'm good for hustlers. Scrapper. That to my easy putting you in Glikata. And you know, say your Oka stay in the garage. You know, get mad, you still want out of shit. Younger black, but the money you want take seat. You now want drink, but you choosing anything. You can buy square, but you want some sweet. Your teeth are correct in your mouth, but you want in meat. You not get self when you send me for credit. So why you got me put it here? You not get TV, but you get buying this. You not get boyfriend yet, then you want married now. So out the sky, they make me fall upon. Tell you, who nigga want ya?
Yo.
You want John Wish.
Loca.
You not ever palava.
See?
You want choice. You got Oka.
Loca.
You want wrong with speed.
Power.
What you want show? You want show? What you want show? To my vision, I'm good for scrapper. Scrapper. To my vision, I'm good for hustlers. Scrapper. You unega want ya. You want John Wish.
Yo.
You not ever palava.
Loca.
You want choice.
See?
You got Oka. You want wrong with speed.
Loca.
What you want show? You want show? What you want show? It's a banaro. Takunche. Sibiritira patala.
It rains on the beat.
We got something.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tune Commander, Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is Thursday, June the 22nd, 2023. Our month is going fast. Let's go to Mr. Samuel Walker in Liberia and find out what's happening in Mama Liberia. What's up, Sam? Oh, man, I see my man, all his connection all messed up. But anyway, while he gets his stuff together, let's talk about Liberia. In the news this morning, Tiawa Gangolo, one of the candidates for president of Liberia, of the Liberia's People's Party, LPP, came out and said that news in the newspaper yesterday and the day before about him forming a collaboration with the CPP, the collaborating political parties, is not true. Hold on, Sam. Informing a collaboration with him is not true, and that his party is a party that deals with issues. They collaborate on issues, not on personalities. So that's where we are with Mr. Gongolo's party. He says he's not collaborating. His party is concentrating on his objectives and moving forward. Okay, so whatever news was in the newspaper about collaboration between the Liberian People's Party and the collaborating political parties is untrue. Okay, what's up, Sam? Sam? I see my boy just walking up with his head in the air. Sam. Well, when he found out he's not on, he will come back on. But anyway, this is what's happening in our country. Now, okay, I see you with us. You're mute, Sam. We can't hear you. We cannot hear you. We can't hear you. Okay. Apparently, the weather in Liberia is not good again. But anyway, what I really want to talk about this morning, when Sam came on, we'll talk about the Liberian issues and all of that. But for us to develop our country, for us to move Liberia from one state to the next state, we have to do some serious debating, talking, understanding the issues, and offering ideas to change our country. Sam Walker is back. Let me bring him on. What's up, Sam? Hello?
Yeah, good morning, bro.
How are you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay, man. I'm in Pittsville.
Wow. What's
I'm in
happening?
Pittsville in Red Light, the commercial hub of Pittsville, Red Light Market. You see the garbage? You see the garbage powder?
Yeah. Supposed to be the market.
Hello?
Yeah, we listen to you.
And people are advising me that I'm taking risks because those guys can attack you anytime and take a phone from you in Red Light. So
Yeah,
the crime rate so high in the community, but you see the garbage and you see the people selling all around here. But some time ago, the government told them to go to Omega, but they are still around. I don't know why they are still around. Is it that the market in Omega is not prepared for them? So I talked to one lady. Morning, mama. Talk now. You want TV in America or TV here? Hello? Hello? Yeah, you can talk to her. She's a marketeer in Pittsville. Why are they still in Red Light? They are not going to Binga.
For sure, now we can't
Why are
see
you
her.
still in Red Light?
We can't see her, Sam.
In her face, yeah?
Because
But don't look at the TV. I see her in
because
America.
it is not easy.
Well,
Why
why
did I
are you going to
on TV?
Omega, the talk about radar went Omega, but no business running Omega. And they will keep our radar was doing running race.
Where
Omega.
you my dad? Where you my running race?
Wait, my running ready
Yeah.
will chase you.
They were running behind us. We were in radar, they were running behind us.
The police
We were chasing Omega. Yeah. We were in Omega. They were not used to bar. Every day we go Omega, we pay our way, stay down for the whole day, no money to eat. So we ourselves in radar, we started running. Police started running behind us. 60 times I was scared. Up to now, we stay here.
What's your name?
I said in SAS.
What's your name?
Oh, Manisata.
Sarah who?
How many children you got?
I got 2.
These are 2 kids.
How
Boy and a
long,
girl.
how long you been doing market?
I was still on selling. Almost.
Yeah.
I started selling 2014.
Okay. Do you people buy the space in the market? The space you
Can you
sell.
realize?
Yeah,
They
the
can
space.
buy from you.
Yeah, when we set radar, we tell God thank you. God can provide customer for us.
You gotta pay the government for the space you're sitting, the place you selling. You pay.
So for me, I'm not paying money for spot. Again, la.
Oh. So what about Omega? You also pay for spot?
Omega, we went there, they were giving us a hard time.
Oh. Sam, so what's up, Sam?
But
But why you not going Omega? Why not going Omega?
I went Omega, but it was not easy. When you say to people say that my place, you cancel. Other people say that my lane. Yeah, I don't want to get a play a ballet area for long. So somehow we're not able to say to Omega.
So
Bro?
yeah, as I have the situation, you frozen, Sam. You frozen. Come back in.
So they usually buy from you Omega?
Oh,
Can they buy from you Omega? They used to buy from you?
I said no.
He said no, Sam.
Yeah,
Sam, you frozen.
the
You gotta
camera
come back.
is
He's frozen. He gotta come back.
I will come to you, don't worry.
Anyway, our correspondent is currently at the Peaceville Market, where he's talking to people in that area. You know, the marketeers in Liberia have been facing some serious consequences because of the terrible leadership in our country. A new market was built for them in an area called Omega, but that area is some distance from the city. It's some distance from the town. It's some distance from people having access to go to the markets. So they were at Omega Market, and there were nobody coming there. They were not making any money. They were forcing them to pay for spots, paying for spot wherever you set your market down to sell. They were forcing them to pay to sell there. And these people ain't got money. So that what you were explaining, that they kept moving from place to place. Let me see, he's back. He's still not back. They kept moving from place to place, looking for some way to sell their products. But this is what the marketeers are going through. And right now, they are back in Painesville, where they were forbidden to sell. Painesville is near Monrovia. They have access to all the areas around there. People going to the airport, people living in Painesville, people living in Monrovia, they come to that area to buy. But that area in Painesville is in the center of the road. That whole market area was a highway leading up to Lofa and Nima. Then that whole road is closed off. Sam just came back in.
Ghana. You can talk to people hear you.
What's up, Sam?
Man, it easy real out here. You want to talk to me? It's not easy real out here. Oh. They put a bathroom. They find rate so high here. Mama, good morning. Good morning. Why you not in Omega? You here? What the problem with Omega? Good morning. I'm from the TV crew. This is not here. So please talk to me. You talk to me?
Yeah, I had money.
You talk to me? Yes or no? Then you from? Oh God. Oh, this country. Good morning, baby girl. Morning, mama. Morning. I'm from Logos TV. What are you not in Omega? You got a marketplace for you. Why you not there? Are you listening to the woman? Say you don't want to talk to the press. They are so shy. Maybe police will embarrass them. So this is real life. Mama, how are you? I'm from Lucky S TV. But why you not in real life? What's the reason? I mean, why you not in Omega market and real life? What's the problem?
There he goes again. Well, anyway, the situation is so bad, you can see that people don't want to talk because they don't want to get in trouble with the government. This whole Omega market thing here, it's been going on for years. Since last year, a year before last, I think, when the whole idea about the market people needing someplace to settle. At one time, they were in the mud. They were the area was being flooded. Their markets were being flooded. You can see wherever you see markets, you see all this garbage. There's a sanitation problem, man. There's a serious health problem in our country. Where will you be selling food? And right next to the food is a pile of garbage. I mean, people feces, dirty running water.
Yeah. Hello?
I think you have the difficulty out there today.
Bro, man. The marketeers just don't want to speak to you.
Okay, don't worry.
Yeah, difficulty. I don't know why they really why the network so it's just dropping.
Well, take
But most of the
care.
marketeers just don't want to speak. They're kind of shy. And I'm asking why is it that they should be at the Omega station and they are at red light. It literally is saying that because no space.
Well, Sam, that's a dangerous area. You get off the
And
phone. That's a dangerous area. You get off the phone and go home. Okay? We'll continue the show tomorrow.
let me change my location. I'll call you back.
Okay. So as I was saying with our situation in Liberia, we got to change our system. For our system to change, we got to sit down and figure out what do we really want. You see, with me, I'm a believer in innovation. Because America does something, that don't mean we have to do it. Because British people do something, that don't mean we got to do it. We got to provide for our country and our people. How we provide for our people and our country is a matter that concerns us dearly. Yes, foreigners can help us. Other people can come to our aid. But for us to advance and grow, it's a Liberian people initiative. And if we cannot come together and decide what kind of leadership we want for our country, we'll always be in this mess. We'll always face this mess. You see, yes, it's good to talk about all the other things around us, but we must lay the foundation for the progress and advancement of our country. Let me tell Sam bye. Let me talk about what I want to talk about. Sam, so what's up, man? Well, there you go again. It's not a good day for talking, but we got to provide all of this for ourselves. And as I see it, we, the Liberian people, are responsible for our own progress and advancement. We, the Liberian people, are responsible for the system in our country that governs us. If we follow a system that we do not understand, we fail. If we follow a system that from time immemorial has not yielded any positive benefits for our nation, and people will fail. I am a political scientist, a Liberian political scientist. My job is to study my country, to study my people, to understand what works in my country for the political advancement, benefit, and well-being of my people. That's my job as a political scientist. And that's what I try to do from time immemorial, try to understand this system we're in. Because this system we are in is our democracy. It's not America's democracy. America's democracy is great and different from our democracy. Only America can promote American democracy, which is crumbling now because they're facing the same problem we're facing. Democracy cannot work in the midst of illiteracy. You understand that? Democracy, the system of democracy, cannot and will not work in an atmosphere of illiteracy. Look at America now. America is having problems now because the Congress is not functioning like it should function. The ideals of the people in Congress are not matching what is the dire needs of the people in this country today. They're not. They're not. And our democracy is on the verge of crumbling. Why? Because there's animosity. There's a lot of animosity in Congress. There's a lot of fussing and bickering and hatred. It can't work. Our democracy cannot work under those conditions. For democracy to work, people must understand the significance of working together, the significance of forming a collective initiative where we disagree, but still understand that at the end, we must agree. It cannot be party alliance or allegiance over the country. No, it cannot be. It cannot be one party against the other party. It cannot be. We as a people, this is our democracy. We, the people, will come together for a common good. In order for this common good to be achieved, we have to come with sensible thinking, sensible reasoning, agreeing, and understanding that all of us can't agree to the same thing. There are people who would be in disagreement to what we're saying. If all of us agree to the same thing, then we must be robots. There will always be people in society that will dissent or disagree. But the whole idea of our democracy is we are sensible people. We are mature people. We are above hatred and bickering and trying to destroy one another. So it behooves us as a people to sit down, to talk our issues out, and to come to a common solution. Everybody can pass. If we have diverse views, one view will always overpower the other views. That's why we have the courts. That's why we have debates, forums for us to argue our debates so we can come to a common solution. And that's why the people vote in the end. Because if we can't come to a common solution, we put it to the people. Majority rule. But we as third world countries, I won't say third world country because I don't know about Ghana. I don't know about Sierra Leone. Those are British countries. Those are British colonies. The way they run their country with their colloquial things, I don't want to get involved with that. I'm talking about my country. What we as Liberian people need to do to advance our nation, to advance, if we choose this democracy, to advance it as our own. How do we do all these things? Because if we continue relying on American people and the ideal of democracy and the ideal of leadership and the idea of punitive direction, we may not succeed. We always be pointing to America. Oh, look at the Americans. No. We cannot continue to do that. If we want to be an independent and free nation, we cannot continue to point to other people's nations and practices to demonstrate how ours should function. That's not independence. That's not independence. When you're independent, you have your own system of governance, of leadership, or direction that is different from other people. That's why the Russian people have their Russian communism, the American have their democracy, the British people is some social thing they got. You know, the Swedish and other people deal with social democracy, whatever that is. Every government tries to identify itself so that we know what direction it's taking its people in this nation. But we in the third world nation, I want to talk about other nations. I just want to talk about Liberia. We in Liberia, we have no direction. We are stuck to America. We stuck to China. We stuck to Britain. We stuck to Russia. We take things from everywhere. But we never develop our own. And this is where we fail time and time again. Because if we are intellects, like sometimes I hear Fakan talking about the intellectual. The intellectual is a unique body. It's a unique body in each country that controls the social dynamics of that country. We don't have an intellectual, intelligentsia in Liberia. We don't. Whatever we got in Liberia is dependent on America. Everything our intelligentsia know is come from America. Everything they think is from America. Everything they believe is from America. They are not independent-minded people. They are trapped. They are trapped. And you see, this is why me and my people cannot be on the same line, because majority of Liberian people are dependent people. Their minds are dependent. I am not like that. I believe in myself. I believe in my own abilities. I believe, yes, I need help, but I can achieve things with my own philosophy, with my own ideals. I don't have to follow other people's ideals to achieve what I want to achieve. That's why I always have peace in my life. I don't have to work for you. You want me to work for you, I'll work for you. You play a racist game with me, I leave. I'm tired of playing racist game. I'm tired of playing useless games with people. Because I've been in the game too long. I've been in community leadership too long. And we can build our nation, community by community, without depending on other people, as we are today. We can build our country, but we must believe in ourselves. And you see, this is why I cannot come back to Liberia. I cannot come back. No matter how much I love my country, I cannot come back to Liberia because the mentality of Liberian people is dependency. I don't believe in dependency. I don't. If I believed in it, I wouldn't be here by myself. I would have somebody sitting by me. I would always have to do things with other people. No, that's not independence. You must be able to stand on your own. You must be able to evaluate the situation and find out where your weaknesses lie and find out how to resolve those weaknesses. Or else you remain stagnant. People can help us so much and so more, but no more. People can't take us out of poverty. We got to take ourselves out of poverty. People can't bring the food to our spoons to our mouths and feed us. No, we got to feed ourselves. And it's time that we understand these things. It's time that we understand why we must set a system for ourselves. Yes, we can have a democracy, but it doesn't have to be like American democracy. We can change our democracy. We can change our democracy to fit our country. We don't have to have a Senate and a legislature. We don't have to have them. We got to have what's good enough for our country. We don't have to have a three-camera body of equal body. We don't. That does not have to be our democracy. Our democracy is what we sit down and work our minds together. Look at America, man. Who put that system on? I'm telling you how the people that developed the system in America, this federal system, they were geniuses to come up with this great system, knowing that you got 52 states. Instead of them being separate countries like Britain or Russia. You see, with Britain and Russia, that's the difference between America and Russia. Those states are forced to come together. America, we do it with free will. Every state has their body. They come together. They decide to stay with the Federation. So that's what makes American democracy great, because the people have like thinking. That over years of thinking as British. So when the British came, they took over, they spread throughout this country. But they had like thinking. So they were able to bring this country together. Whereas if they weren't thinking the same way, we'd still be fighting to form a union today, or they'd be like Britain, fighting to form the American Union, that they're fighting to form the British Union. You see, those people over there were different from these people that came over here. These people that came over here were fortunate to have people who believe in independence, who didn't believe in the state controlling them, because that's why they left England. They left England because they were tired with the monarchy. They were tired with the king just making laws and they not having a say in the law. So when they came to this new world, they had to develop a system that would work for them. And this is what I'm telling you all, my Liberian people. Just like the Americans did. When we copy from the Americans, let's copy the best examples from them, not the worst. The best example we can copy from the American people is how they put their minds together to develop their system of democracy. And working for them. Even though it's having trouble now because their system of democracy is built on intellects coming together and working their minds together. In those days, the intellects were the landowners, the masters. They were the only government officials. People were land used to run the country. Poor people now used to run the country. So all those people there were like-minded. They thought alike. They wanted to protect the same things, their property, their land, their slave, their ownership. So they were thinking alike. Nowadays, America has changed. Okay? You got people thinking like Donald Trump now. They want to take us to the Far East. They want to take us to Russia. They want to take us to communism where one man will rule and one man will make decisions and all of that. But fortunately, we still have majority of the people here who believe in the democracy of this country. That one man cannot rule us. One set of people cannot rule and must go through a system that will ensure fairness impartiality. But when you got one man ruling, that man wake up in the morning and say, let's do this. The country change. Oh, no, I forgot that. Look at how we suffer under Donald Trump, man. We suffer. But one group of people in America love that. They want to go that way, to have one man ruling them, one family ruling them. So American democracy is on the fence right now. Look at the just censored Schiff, Representative Schiff. They just sanctioned him, censored him, because he went after Donald Trump. So this is tit for tat. You hate me, I hate you. You hate me, I hate you. So we're going back into this vengeance thing. The democracy is no more united as it was in the past, in the 1960s. You see, they were united because they were white people. There were no black people there. The enemies were the black people. The white people had to secure everything for each other. So they were united in their ideals, in the thought. But now, things changing. You got one man who want to take America away from the old God. He won't break away from the system. He doesn't believe in the system. He thinks the system corrupt. But do we follow one man? Or do we try to make the system better? Still, the system isn't better yet. We still got a kinks in this democracy we got to work out. But do we abandon the democracy that we've been through with for nearly 400 years now to follow one man, to take us where we don't know? This is where we are now. So America is faced with a challenge to her own democracy. And this is why for us in Liberia, this is a nouveau era for us, where we got to come and sit down and hurt our heads to find out what kind of leadership we want for our country. What kind of democracy? How do we define our democracy? Our democracy don't have to be like American democracy. We don't have to have three equal system of government. We don't have to have one president. We don't have to follow anything America is following. We just need intellects to come together and design a system that will work for us. And it's not impossible. We can borrow from American democracy. We can borrow from British democracy. We can borrow from Russian communism. We can borrow from any other socialistic system in the world. But we got to develop a system that will work for us, that we will protect with every fiber of our bodies, that will stop corruption and stealing. How will we do it? How will we do it? This democracy system not working for us. We got too many rogues in it. Too many rogues and loopholes to steal our money. We need to lock all the loopholes. How do we lock the loopholes? We need intellects who love Liberia, who are patriots to our country, to come together, to study the situation of our country, and to find out how to lock all the ways of stealing, and to fix a government that will be for the people of Liberia, solely for the people of Liberia. We'll not follow Ghana or Guinea or Sierra Leone, nowhere. It will be for Liberia. And we got the people to do it. But we cannot be lazy. Right now, look at our country. We cannot be lazy. This is no time. Under me, there is no retirement. When we retire, we die. That's our retirement. We can't retire. Pension. People working for the rest of their lives. There's no retirement under Commander Chesson. Oh, look at our country, man. We got to set our country up for our posterity. We owe a debt to our future to ensure that our country is much better, for them to have something to have to develop further. But if our country go to the dogs, man, that means we don't love our children. That means we have no interest in their well-being and their future. Because how will we sit down here and see our country going nasty like that, running, everything that's breaking down our country, and we don't say nothing about it. We just accept it as business as usual. It's not business as usual. We have a responsibility to the future. I think I heard Prophet Key talking the same thing when he said, y'all want to spoil this democracy so our children can suffer in the future. He was right. We owe a responsibility to the future. We cannot destroy our country. We got to leave something for our children to have to develop. And we cannot leave them mess. We cannot leave them bullshit. We got to leave them substantial property and wealth so they can grow. Not in poverty. To hell with that pro-poor agenda bullshit of George Weah and Sam Twe. We need to really build our country. And this is where I'm coming from, my people. I'm just tired with the bullshit. You will not see me involve myself in they talking. Liberian people talk too damn much. We all want to have, look at all the people on panel shows. The same group of people, they just moving around from show to show. How does that benefit us? It doesn't benefit us. That people will let to talk bullshit. Bullshit. So talking. Hot air people. No substance. I'm tired with talking. I want to see some action. I want to see Liberian people come together and do the things we need to do to change our country. If this democracy is not working for us, then something is wrong. Then maybe it's too complicated for us African fools. You know, when we make things too complicated, we confuse ourselves. Maybe this democracy is too complicated for us. We need something simpler. Something our people can understand and appreciate. All of the complexities that only the rogues and the criminals and the foreign educator can understand. No. If it doesn't work for us, we got to change it. And that's where I come from. I'm a simple political scientist. Government does not have to be so complicated. Government does not have to be so complex. Government does not have to be so corrupt. But we make it that way. We make it that way because we are lazy. We want to copy from other people, and we think other people way of living is the best way. Our fathers came from America knowing nothing but what they knew in America, and they try to bring it to our country. Look where we are today. It's still not working. We need to put heads together to develop a system that will work for us. Maybe we don't need Senate and legislature. Maybe we don't. How do we refine that? How do we refine that? Maybe we need a committee to review everything. Then we take it to one party to approve. And they approve it and we finish. We're not going to pay it to a group of useless people calling them senators and legislators rogues, a group of rogues or native rogues. Well, look, they're paying native rogues. Get rid of those damn rogues. No Senate. Only one House of Representatives. When they approve everything, it finished. But we got to decide what we want as a country. We got to put it down on paper and say, this is what we want. This is what will work for Liberia. We're not going to no 3-camera body. To hell with judiciary. If it's not working for us, if we got too many damn rogues stealing in the courts, to hell with the judiciary. We need another system. We need another system. A system that would deal with every problem we have in our country immediately. There will be no bullshit. But we got to decide what we want. Just like I told the guy yesterday in Soniwan, when they come together, they got to set priorities. What is our priority? What do we see right now as an urgent need for the people of Liberia? What do we see? When we decide what our priority is, then we can start setting goals to achieve those priorities or alleviate those problems. But we got to wake up first. We got to decide what we want, how we want it, when we want it, where we want it, before things will come to fruition. The time of the Liberian people is now. My class is done for the day. Okay? I don't want to just keep on the same topic over. Then we kill the topic. But we have a serious problem in our country. We can't depend on foreigners and foreign institutions to change our country. We as intellects must sit down and decide what we want as a nation, as a people. Is democracy good for us as it is? Or do we need a system that will appeal to us? We can develop our own system. Once it works for us, and we can relate to the foreign world, it's a viable system. But we must understand that charity begins at home. If we don't set our shit correct, our shit will be trampled upon by other people. My class is done. Have a good day. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Aluta continua. See you tomorrow.